Now, Joel and I just made a long run in the pre-dawn, and that's really important this time of year. You want to get on the water before that sun gets up, because that prime bite is really right now for another couple hours, and then things slow down once that sun comes up. It's true for virtually every species of fish. Two things, though, very important for these early morning runs. One, these glasses. I use clear glasses, some people use yellow glasses, whatever. But it's very important because it keeps the bugs out of your eyes. When you're running that early, there's tons of bugs in the air, and boy, you just get pelted by them. As you can see, these are nice and full of bugs, all splattered all over the front of them. Those would have been in my eyes. Second important thing, of course, is wearing a life jacket. I would never run in the pre-dawn without a life jacket. So important. And of course, boat lights. By law, you need to have them. Use your boat lights. But Joel and I, if you saw our last video, we kind of found some redfish and bass along a stretch of rocks. Looks like Joel's got a fish on. What are you throwing?
Frog.
What is it? Nice. Well, Joel's already catching fish, but the object of the day is not to throw frogs. We're gonna kind of do a little test and see if you're better off with a salted worm or an unsalted worm. When we fished here a few days ago, we used nothing but salted worms. And there are some big differences between the two. We'll talk about those today. But we're gonna see which one produces more fish. And we're gonna try and figure out the reasons why. All right, so Joel and I are both gonna be throwing watermelon trick worms. He's gonna be throwing one without salt. I'm gonna be throwing one with salt. Now, I really think the salty ones are gonna be better. So I'm gonna throw that on the back of the boat. I'm gonna give him the front of the boat with this, kind of make it a little more fair. It's not really a contest between the two of us. We just wanna see which one produces more fish. Oh, and Joel's got another fish. On a frog?
Yep.
It's gonna be tough for me to get him to put that frog down, I promise you. But he's gonna do it. All right, there's your baits. There's your worm. My baits and my worm. All right, well, I was getting set up. Joel put two fish in the boat on a frog, and they're still hitting that frog. But I'm making him put it away so we can do our test. Both of us are gonna be throwing weightless. Same setup, a 4/0 wide gap hook for each of us. Look at all that bait. Boy, something crushed it. Oh, that's a red. We got a red moving through there. You see his wake. We'll throw ahead of him. Kind of missed it. He was too far down. We were fishing here the other day. Saw a similar wake. Joel threw in front of it and hooked a big 30-inch redfish. Okay, there's a fish. First one on salted. So that's 1-0. Now, what we found last week when we were here, first thing in the morning, those fish are right up on those rocks. But as that sun gets up, they move off. You know they're up there feeding, but they just don't like the heat. Water temperature right now is 89 degrees. That's just incredible. First thing in the morning, water temperature is 89 degrees. What's it gonna be at 2 o'clock today? All right, Joel's got one, so it's now 1-1 if he gets it in the boat. 1-1, salt to no salt. Hook my own worm. Oh, Joel got him one. Right in the spot I missed that fish. So it's 2-1. There's another one. Joel, stay right here. I think there's a few fish right there. It's 2-2. Nice. 3-2. I'd say at this point it doesn't matter, but I bet it will as the sun gets up. Is that him? Oh, I'd say that's him. I've lost track, but I know without question, unsalted is beating salted. That's a fish. You had him forever. It's a solid one. Solid. I was wondering when you were going to hit him.
Yeah, I'm going to run a worm.
Yeah, he's definitely bleeding. I guess we'll have to at some point. We'll switch boat positions. You know, you just get into the aggressive fish before I am.
Yeah. Or am I just working the bait better?
True. Could be. We don't know. There he is. That's a pretty fish. Look at that guy. Look at him. Uh-oh. Joel's standing. Oh, he got one. There he is. That's a good fish. All right, that's a good bass. Oh, Joel missed his. You were hooked, boy. You were not getting off. No chance.
Big old scale on
Yep. There he is. That's a good fish. All right. I'm not sure, but I think Salt is taking the lead. Kind of lost count. I'll add them up when I put the video together, but I think Salt is out front. Uh-oh, look at that. No Salt. Comes storming back. Another one in the pocket. No. All right, so this is what these bass are feeding on. One of them just spit it up. It's a glass minnow. We're seeing them exploding everywhere. Now, obviously, this is not matching the hatch. What we're throwing big worms, but they're hitting those as well. Joel's about to set the hook. Oh, incoming. But you know, there's a lot of small fish in here as well, hitting these little glass minnows. Oh, I got a rock. And you got you got a bass with a face full of grass.
I'm trying to shake him off.
There he is.
Tell you what, unsalted.
Unsalty's getting hot. Unsalty is getting hot. Look at you.
Salty.
Unsalty, baby.
Well, get out of here. God dang it.
The bugs like the unsalty. Okay, so now I have to admit, pretty much the opposite of what I expected happened. I thought that the unsalted would work better in the early morning hours because the fish would be higher in the water column and that they might settle and go for the salty bait as the sun got up and the water got warmer. Because salt makes the bait sink, makes it fall at a more rapid pace. Also, many people feel that the salt in a bait makes a fish hold it longer because when it bites down on it, it gets that taste of something real and natural. Whereas an unsalted bait, you know, tastes like plastic. But it seems as we've gone along that the that the unsalted bait is definitely producing more. I know Joel's caught maybe the last 3, 4, 5 fish. So what we may do now is change boat position so that I can be in the front and hit those aggressive fish first. Oh, look at you.
Yeah, the front of the boat really seems to matter. Slow.
Are you getting your hits on the initial drop?
Some. Very.
There he is.
Hey, you caught one.
All right, Salty. Way to go, Salty. There he is. There he is. Man, what a fun educational test that was. The unsalted worm definitely shined, and I've got to admit, I was very surprised. I thought the salted worm would do better than the unsalted. That's why I gave it to myself. But Joel really kicked my butt. Now, you could say he was doing something different with the worm than I was. Hey, look, we've all been on both sides of those equations. Sometimes you and your buddy are fishing the exact same thing and you're putting fish in the boat one after another. Other times he's doing it to you and you can't really figure out why. We're going to continue that test, certainly, but it just goes to show you not all baits are created equal on certain days. You definitely want to have a vast assortment, and if you're struggling, you certainly want to try different things to try and get those bites. Well, if you enjoyed the test, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to Marsh Man Masson on YouTube, and leave a comment in the comment section. What kind of tests do you want to see in the future? Hey, as fishermen, look, our minds are always turning, trying to figure out ways to get an advantage over these fish that we love to pursue. And I love testing things out to see what works and what doesn't. All right, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Tell all your friends, subscribe to Marsh Man Masson.